Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back with our wish list account, guys, and we are 22 days in. We have another 6,000 diamonds, farming them up through some of the Peaks of Time adventures, a couple other places, still trying to build out the rest of these Graveborns. Do need a little bit more food for Grez. We'll have him ascended. That way we'll be able to actually put furniture on there. Ivan, we need one more copy. He will be ascended. And then we do have Silas that we want to build out as well. But again, we're already sitting on 4 copies of Silas, which means that we can actually swap over to the Wilders is what we're looking for, guys. We have Orin built up. We have Trishia built up a little bit. So it is definitely getting there. Now we are on 2754. So just a couple stages into 28. And as of right now, guys, like I said, we're 22 days into this account. Now, looking at our essence, we are still waiting for more hero essence, guys. It has been kind of the pivotal stopping point that we've been kind of stuck at. But we do have one elite stone, which is going to give us Grez. So very cool. So that would almost take him to 1 star with that copy of Grez. Now, we've only been able to get 1 copy of Joan of Arc. We need 50 red chests, 50 epic emblems. We'll be able to take Ivan up to that plus 30 signature item, which of course is going to be a massive regeneration factor when it comes to Damon running the combination together, guys. Now, in addition, I did drop Damon out of the Noble Tavern. So we dropped Damon out of here. I also dropped Oden out of here. Damon is already at 1 star. Oden is already at 2 stars. So we did drop Hodgkin in there, and we also did drop Edwin in here. So we're going to build those out. And again, have a couple more scrolls at this point. Big thing with this is we're looking to get a couple more copies of the heroes, but we're also looking to get food. We're looking to get Graveborn food out of here. So I'm hoping again with these few, not only can we get a couple elites, still have not seen an awakened hero, guys. It might not happen. And with the announcement yesterday, or actually this morning, of Shemira, I'm going to pause building the awakened version of Athalia. We have 1 card. I know that's all we have in here, but I'm going to pause building that. And then Liberta, we are going to continue build, but we're going to pause because we know Shemira is coming. And I definitely want to build her without a doubt, guys, to continue our dominance with Graveborn. 20 more scrolls right there. There's an elite. It is Hodgkin. We're still looking for that Ivan one, guys. A lot of players have said they're in the exact same boat. They haven't had the ability to actually get Ivan up with the final copy, just like we're sitting at right now. Ivan, of course, taking from the Mythic Plus up to that Ascended level, being able to add furniture on there is going to be a game changer, guys. So I'm hoping again with these summons, and we've been doing summons every single day on this account, that we're going to have the ability to actually pick up some of the copies of an elite hero, guys. And there is 1 more copy, which finally got a copy of Curcio in there. So very cool to see, even though it is a hero that literally we just got the first copy of. Second one, just some more food again. Get 30 more of our emblems, which aren't really going to make a big difference right now. So summon-wise, again, we are kind of stuck. And I'm also hoping to get a few more builds out of here for the simple fact that I do also want to get these tanks higher, because I need tanks right now when it's coming to the Abyssal Expedition. We do need a couple tanks. So we have double copies right there of Elite Plus, but again, not enough food to take Grez up any higher. We need another 2 copies in there to actually take him up. Now, again, looking at the Wilders, I know we do have Trishia built out, but I think I'm going to go for Mishka. I think I'm actually going to hop in here and I'm going to build out a copy of Mishka. Now, Mishka, of course, we do want a pretty considerable build. And again, the reason and the logic behind this one doing it now is having the hero that is available for the Abyssal Expedition. I'm going to save the other 2 pieces of food. I'm not going to build Solus, so Solus is actually going to be food for us. But there is another Legendary Plus hero that is the tanking spec. That is what I went in the Abyssal Expedition. And then, of course, the rest of these guys, we still do not have double copies in there. We built out Rowan, which was awesome to see. But again, looking at the tanking aspect, looking at a few different heroes, not really having very many copies or very much luck in that at all. Now, we do have 2 more pulls in here. Again, wish list. I think I'm going to drop Athalia out of there because, again, looking at the build, I'm going to drop Athalia out of there. Now, we don't need furniture on Ivan, but we do want to build it on Orin, which I know we have Orin in there. We do have Trishia in there. I'm thinking, you know what? We have Liberta in there, which again is going to be a big build in there. We have Palmer, we have Scarlet, which is good. Rowan doesn't need it. We could probably drop, and I'm wondering like a Rosaline in here. If we should drop Rosaline, I'm just kind of looking at our wish list and determining really who we want to build. You know what? I'm going to put Silas in here just for the fact that we already do have a considerable amount of copies of Silas. We have Oden. Oden is going to the 9 of 9. Grez is going to the 9 of 9 furniture. Damon is already done. And then we can drop Silas in here because, again, the chances of us building him out before we have that awakened version of Shamira, the possibility is there considering we only need 2 more copies. Now we got a copy there for Scarlet. Not too bad. A little bit closer now on the recycle. We're just saving these legendary furniture right now. But let's see if we need to auto any of this. Increasing the haste, increasing the attack. And then it keeps just going back and forth, guys, with these heroes. There we go. So I don't even think it's saved or changed anything in there, but that's okay. So do the recycle. Now, on as far as the pets are concerned, we've actually made it a little bit further. We got our second pet, which of course is right there, guys. We got the owl, so we want to take these beasts up to 6. Just going to take a while there, and we're also building up a couple other beasts. Already have 13 on the Dreary Ball, so definitely making some more progression out of that aspect. Now, a lot of players were also asking about the Abyssal Expedition, guys, and where we are at. I'm hoping that we don't get left behind. I've been pushing a lot in here, guys. We've been trying to make some progression. Even here, we're about 2 hours to be able to actually move into Viscount, which means we're going to get a lot more lands that we can take, but that will also give us the ability to move into the next zone. Like I said earlier, guys, we are building out tank. We are waiting to build this tank out. So we do need a little bit more resources, but again, having Mishka in there going to make a difference. Having Damon in here, and then of course Grez, and then some Elite Plus. Now, of course, the big one is the endurance buff that we get in here. Right now, I'm sitting on all tier 3s. I think just a majority of what I have is tier 3s. We're trying to save up some of our resources in here. So I've split really between tanks, as you can see from the first ones, guys. Tanks down here. And then I did put in right here, Orin. We do have Oden. Now, based on getting the star, so we'll actually get the Star of Dawn so we can put it on some of these other heroes. Also built up, as you can see, we have 5 support heroes right here. So I don't have to run 100% tank. I can run 1 or 2 support heroes within those formations, making it a lot easier. So in turn, again, just based on the build, I did build these out, these 2 relics, because I had them. Really, really important, guys. I did have them right there, which is nice. So we have the tanks, and then we built out, again, a little of the sustenance. I'm going to have to take the fort a little bit higher, again, to continue our progression. Now, we're making very, very solid progression, but it looks like we almost missed, and it looks like we entirely missed this piece of the airship. I don't know exactly where this is headed, but I think maybe to the gate and then kind of breaking off from there. But we are absolutely making a lot of progression in here, guys. Once we get the airship, we'll be able to fly essentially to the 2nd level, and we'll be able to make more progression in there. Now, King's Tower, we're getting into the Brutal Citadel. Again, we just need essence out of here, guys. Looking at here, we literally have Skarath is really the only one that we can build. Even looking, we don't have the double copies of anyone. I might build up another copy of Anakira just because, so we have another hero in there. But as far as the Resonating Crystal, we have been stuck in our entirety, meaning we're not able to make any progression in there. Again, looking at some of the food, we'll probably build out the rest of those. We have 2 right here, which is going to give us another Legendary Plus. But again, between a Legendary Plus and a Skarath, it's not working. I even built out a couple other ones because we can swap. Again, I'm hoping that we can just farm a little bit in here because, of course, this is going to be capped at 160 until we get a little bit more food. But even looking at Nemitsu, guys, not going to be super, super effective in there. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need our 5th one in here, which I was running Naruko. Worked incredibly, incredibly well. So there we go. So we have our 5 Mauler team. Now, what I do in here, I remove everything because, again, early game, guys, gear is going to be a game-changing difference when it comes to these heroes. And I think I have maybe Liberta with a little bit, which I do not. So then hopping in here, guys, I just been building up all of these heroes as we have the gear for. So Brutus, of course, a little bit of a build right there. And that's it. That is what we have, guys. I will put some relics on these and just kind of go from there. So hot right there. I'll even unlock this. You know what? For Skarath to at least have the ability to have a signature item unlocked, I will definitely take that one, guys. And of course, Nemitsu, it's probably going to be the call as well, I'm assuming. Don't want to stack too many calls on there. And of course, at this point, We do not have the ability to get the class relics. We are very, very close. I think we might actually be able to get one. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, we might be able to actually get one of those relics. And we're, 2760. We're just a couple stages away from the depths of time, guys. And I don't even know if by chance we could get the relic with the teams that we're running. But again, hoping that the Brutal Citadel, we can make some more progression, because this is what we want, guys. We are looking for that hero essence. We have to get 2 more heroes, and then we can take Damon up to the higher level. So we'll actually be able to take him up quite a bit higher. You know what? I'm gonna hide Skarath back here. I just don't know how this is gonna look, guys. Looking at the combat rating, maybe we'll be able to do this. And again, Naruko has been doing incredibly well. I just don't know if Skarath and Brutus is going to be enough to take these teams down. Maybe a couple. It looks like we might get this one down. There we go, guys. That is 1,500 of our essence. Absolutely a big, big piece in there. Now, as I've continued through here, again, we've been making a lot more progression, but we have to get through the rest of the floors and the faction towers to continue farming out this mythic loot. Then, of course, we did get a couple through here. Dismal Maze was actually not up earlier. I had to run the regular maze again. So, again, making a lot more progression. But I think the Brutal Citadel, we can get this up to 80. We'll get a bunch more loot, guys, which is going to be awesome. I feel like I'm just going to have to farm this for a little bit. Now, remember, I think it is 125. If I remember correctly, I think around 125 is where we do start getting Stargazer cards. So I think the Stargazer scrolls is where we start getting them. So we are not very far off at all to starting to farm up those Stargazer scrolls with our Greyborn. Then, of course, guys, the Wilders, we need a couple more Wilders. Again, Mishka might help just being built up a little bit further, but also pulling some stones out of here, but also pulling some of the cards. That's the other big thing that is we've been pulling out a lot of the faction cards. And look at Naruko, guys. Naruko is still doing incredibly well at a very, very elite basic level, guys. I'm very happy with the performance that I'm seeing out of Naruko. Again, being a brand new hero to AFK Arena. Been working really well with Nadia. It has been working incredibly well with the combination of those two. And of course, here, guys, we got Thorin. Taking Thorin down once. Should be able to get him down twice. There we go. Again, 80 is going to yield us a little bit more loot. Also, it's going to give us, this is the other thing we're looking for, guys, are those Mauler cards. Even going through the Graveborn, we farmed a ton in there of the cards themselves. This is going to be bad. I don't know. This might be a bad ending, guys. If we can get Skarath doing some damage, Skarath does it. Boom, that is 12 more cards out of there. And then, of course, that does give us all of the gear as well. Definitely well worth farming in there. Gives us, we'll just farm. We'll see if we can get that any higher, guys. Even looking here, that's quite a bit more food. Another elite, which again gives us another elite plus, which food-wise, if I had some more copies of Naruko, I would probably go that route. I'm honestly thinking if I did, that would be the way to go. But again, we have Skarath built up a little bit. Skarath, we actually want to take to Ascended, but we need, what do we have? We already have Rowan, which again, we want to take him to above the 180. We just need 2 more heroes to get to that 200 mark. We need Essence. We need Essence to get all of those heroes, guys, to have 2 more heroes at 200, because we got Oden and Ivan already at the 200. 2 more to 200, then Damon goes to 240. Then it is game on from then, guys. But again, we got to get lucky with these campaign progression. We have to continue pushing in here. But all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Definitely ready for the Awakened version of Chimera. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.